Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. As promised in my previous new releases reading vlog, this is going to be part 2 of reading new releases. So if you haven't already watched part 1, go check that out and then come back to check out my next 2 new releases that I'm going to be reading. For today's new releases reading vlog, I am going to be getting into 2 books, and they are going to be Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid and The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Both of these were highly anticipated releases for me this year, and I am predicting that both of them will be 5-star reads for me, and I'm really hoping that they're going to prove me right. So to get started, I really desperately want to start with Atmosphere. From the second this got delivered as a pre-order, I have been dying to get into it, so that is where I'm going to start. So let's get straight into it. Right after I started reading, we were traveling, so I don't have much reading footage, but you can just enjoy this awkward footage of me reading while visiting my parents. Well, folks, TJR has done it again because this is 100% a 5-star read. I would give it 6 stars if I could. Honestly, this book has just floored me, and I posted a very short review on Goodreads and Fable, but I 100% think that this book has really shifted my perspective on books for the rest of the year. I feel like so far I've been in a slump for a couple of months, and I started off the year really strong with some 5-star reads, and then I hit that slump, and I just feel like I've gotten back into reading more at my normal pace, but everything has just felt like 4 stars to me. I did rate Emily Henry's newest book a 5-star read, and I really enjoyed it. But now, after reading this, I feel like I'm going to have a very hard time rating anything else 5 stars for the rest of the year. That's how good this is. So, if you haven't picked this book up yet, go buy it. Plan to read it. This book is amazing. The love story that is explored in this book is stunning. It's heartbreaking. It's so moving. The other relationships that are explored throughout the book are also just as heartbreaking and moving and at times heartwarming. And this book really just absolutely floored me. I'm also the idiot who decided to finish reading the last part of this book while I was on my lunch break at work, and I literally was having to pause reading so that I wouldn't start crying while on my lunch break at work. So, if that doesn't say how emotionally moving this book is, I don't know what can. I don't want to give too much away from this book, but obviously it is about the first female astronauts to work with NASA. And when I tell you that the only person who could ever convince me to do something just in a 300 to 400 page book, that is Taylor Jenkins Reid. No one else could inspire me to do things the way that this woman inspires me. And I genuinely wish that TJR would write some motivational books, because I don't enjoy self-help books, and I feel like every time I read a TJR book, I want to pick up the thing that the characters are interested in. So for example, when I read Carrie Soto is Back, I desperately wanted to start playing tennis after I read that book, because reading it, I felt like if Carrie Soto can get out there and stick it to him and show him that she still got it, I want to do the same thing. And now I'm sitting here thinking I should get into constellations and look at star charts and learn more about the universe and space. all because of this book. So not only was this book incredibly moving because of the relationships it explored, but it was also so inspiring and really uplifting to be a woman reading this book and experiencing right alongside the characters what they're experiencing. So again, I would rate it higher than 5 stars if I could. If you haven't read this, please go buy this book. Hopefully I will be able to rate something else 5 stars before the end of the year, but if not, just know that it is because this book was so good and nothing is going to live up to it. That's honestly how I feel, which is unfortunate because I did predict that both books in this video were going to be 5-star reads, but I don't want to speak too soon because I haven't started The Night and the Moth yet, so there's still a chance that that book will be equally good, but I have a very hard time believing that anything else is going to live up to the way that I have felt reading Atmosphere. So I'll keep it short and sweet and just say this book is amazing. Would rate it higher than 5 stars if I could. If you don't have it, go get it. Go read this book. And with that being said, now that I have finished Atmosphere, I will be starting The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, which is definitely going to be a change of pace into some darker fantasy, but I really feel like since reading Rachel Gillig's other series, for some reason I can only remember Two Twisted Crowns. I can't remember the name of the first book in the previous series right now. That is going to drive me insane. But I honestly felt like no one else that I was reading was doing dark fantasy the way that Rachel Gillig was. There's something that I really love about like gothic romances and books that just really set an atmosphere, and I felt like those two books really did that well. And I also just saw that Rachel Gillig announced that there is a sequel coming to this. I'm pretty sure she said it's being edited and reviewed right now. So I am desperate to get into this, see what all the hype is about, and hopefully it will be another 5-star read for this video, but I won't be too let down if it's at least a 4-star read. So without further ado, let's get into reading this.
Several days later.
Time to finally start book 2 of this vlog. So we are going to jump in to The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and I will give you an update once I get to the halfway point with some of my initial thoughts and how I'm feeling about the book. Alright, I have to be quick because my camera's literally going to die, but I am halfway through The Night and the Moth, and so far I feel like I have some mixed feelings. I'm really interested in the world and the magic system that's kind of being explored, but I will say that I'm not feeling super attached to the characters yet, and I'm not really buying into the chemistry for the characters that I know are supposed to have a romantic connection in the book. So I feel like right at about the halfway point, things are definitely starting to pick up and get a lot more interesting pretty quickly. So I'm excited for the second half of the book. I am enjoying it, but right now I would say it's definitely not gonna be anywhere near like a 5-star read for me. If the second half of the book completely blows me away, then like there's still potential. But the first half of the book, I'm not feeling as connected as I would really like to. I still really like Rachel Gillig's writing, and I am really enjoying the setting and the magic, like I mentioned, but I'm just not feeling super invested yet. So definitely hoping that things will pick up as I continue to read, but I kind of anticipate that I'll probably finish this today, and then I'll either give you my final update today or I'll do it tomorrow morning. But that is my plan for this book. I am reading it really quickly, which is super nice. So at least it's not like I'm not connecting with the characters and it's dragging for me. I would just say I'm missing a little something, which would be nice to have. But so far it's been good, so I'm excited to see what comes next. Alright, friends, so I did finally finish The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and I have to be honest that this was a little bit of a letdown for me. I didn't enjoy this as much as I enjoyed the Shepherd King duology, but I still liked the book and I am still interested to see where the story will go. I just didn't connect with this one as much, and I didn't believe in the chemistry between the characters as much either. I will also say that what I think were all meant to be the surprises in this book were not at all surprises to me. I definitely had them figured out quite a ways before they were revealed in the book. So that was pretty unfortunate and kind of diminished my reading experience. So I would say that this book is probably sitting somewhere around a 3.75 or a 4 for me. There were some things about the book that bothered me a little bit. For example, which I know this is a little bit petty, but there was such repetitive use of the word ignoble, which at first it was like, haha, okay, the gargoyle is saying this word a lot and it's funny. But then it was like every freaking character was saying the word repeatedly, and I was really just getting sick of it. And there were a couple other things throughout the book, like phrases and things that kept getting repeated that weren't necessary to the story. Like they didn't need to be repeated as much as they were, and it kind of just took me out of different situations. So that, and then also at the very end of the book, I'm not sure why, but it seemed like there were a lot of typos in kind of the last couple chapters of the book. Like maybe they weren't edited as well as the rest of the book, which I found really odd. So I will say for positives, I really liked this concept overall. I thought it was really interesting, and I still really love the setting and the characters that Rachel Gillig develops, because I think just like in her other duology, these characters are not perfect. There's not a single one of these characters that you could say is 100% good, and I think that makes the characters feel more realistic. But I had a hard time connecting with most of the characters in this book, which was really unfortunate. So I will probably continue the series because I am interested, but I don't think I'm gonna have as high of expectations going into the next book in the series when I do pick it up. So unfortunately, this wasn't a 5-star as I had hoped, and it is gonna sit somewhere around 3.75 or 4 stars for me. And then just to recap, the other book we read in today's vlog was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and fortunately this was a 5-star read for me. I absolutely love this book. I still find myself thinking about this book regularly, and there are just so many positive things about this book that honestly I could go on for days talking about them. But I'll just say overall that this was really beautiful. The story was very well done and it was so well crafted. I found myself tearing up literally 16 pages into this book, and then again at the end of the book I was literally having to take breaks from reading. This book had a huge emotional impact on me, and I really just thought it was so well done. So I would highly recommend reading this. This is, if I could give it more than 5 stars, I definitely would. But I'm not going to go on too long about that because I literally could talk about this all day. So just in conclusion, we had Atmosphere, which was a 5-star read, and then we had The Night and the Moth, which I'm going to go ahead and confidently say was 3.75 stars. So overall, not a bad reading vlog, although I do wish they had both been 5-star reads. I did enjoy reading both of them, and I would recommend both of them if you're interested in either of the concepts behind them. But that being said, thank thank you so much for watching this video. If you're interested in seeing more new release reading videos, let me know down below in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!